If you ever want to be successful in any area of your life, you have to be willing to grow. You have to make room for growth. You have to be committed to the opportunity of growth. Do you remember when you were in elementary school and middle school and high school, at the end of the summer, it's back to school time. And so you were going out at the end of the summer to go get your new clothes, to go get your new shoes and your new outfit so you can show up the first day of school not wearing anything that you wore the previous year of school, even if you could still fit it. So you get to your favorite part of the whole trip is the shoe store. Now, I don't know where you went to shop for shoes, but it's absolutely amazing that you can have a shoe store that doesn't smell like feet. So you get to the shoe store, your mom takes you in, and you already have made up in your mind the latest pair of Nikes, Adidas, whatever you wear. You know exactly what you want. Now, your mom, she might not have budgeted what you want, and so what you get is not going to necessarily be what you want. But y'all come to a compromise after a couple of tears and whatever happens. And you come to the compromise. So you walk in the shoe store, and as soon as you walk in, you smell fresh, clean, never worn shoes. You just walk in and you just breathe it in. Like the new shoe scent is like the new car scent for adults, right? Like people, the kids, they just love the new shoes. And there's just something about the smell. So you walk in and you just looking along the walls of all the shoes. You got different colors, different shoe types, different shoe sizes, different shoe heights. You got the baby section, the adult section, the kids section, the men's section, whatever. You've got all of this and all of these different options, but in your mind, there's only one shoe. The other ones, some of them cute, some of them like, I hope nobody wears those shoes. But the one shoe you want is back there on the back wall, third shelf from the top, 1, 2, 3, fourth column in the middle. And as soon as you walk in, after you take that deep breath, it's like your eyes, because you knew what you were looking for, even though you didn't know where they placed it. They went straight and locked in. And you just start walking that way before you even tell your mom where you're going. So she ends up just following you, even though she's the wallet holder, right? So you walking over there and you like, oh, I can't wait to try on this shoe. The people at the store, they greet you. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I know what I want. And you walking over there, you walking over there, you walking over there. And you get to the shoe and you just look at it for a second. Then you pick it up off the shelf and you're like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is my shoe. I've been waiting all summer for this shoe, and this is the shoe I'm going to wear. Now, your mom doesn't quite feel the same way, because her initial response is to pick up the shoe and look at the tag in most cases, not to see if it's the size for you to try on, but to see exactly what the price is and if there's a discount for that shoe. So if you're one of those kids who has this huge shoe budget mindset, but your mom has a basic shoe budget set, then there's going to be some conflict there. So while y'all are amongst yourselves trying to debate whether or not you're going to get the shoe that you want, or you're going to get the shoe that your mom is going to allow you to have, the salesman comes up to you, asks you how you doing. Hey, oh, that's the such and such. I love that. Everybody's getting those. Those are great. They're really, really comfortable. So he's talking to you, but he's trying to sell your mom. Because you don't care if it's comfortable. You don't care if anybody else has it, or maybe you do. You don't care if it's got certain things that'll help your knees and your ankles. You just want it because it looks cool. All the cool kids got it. But your mom is kind of like, you don't even have to talk to me about it, because I looked at the price and I know it. Unless you're coming out here with a significant discount, we're not getting that shoe. So y'all are talking amongst yourselves, and the salesperson says, what size do you wear? So you blurt out the size that you wore last year. And your mom is like, those shoes are not going to fit you because you're not that size anymore. Okay, so he goes, let me go get our shoe measure. So he goes, gets a little shoe measure, puts it down, tells you to stand up. You walk, take your shoes off. You walk and you put your heel at the back of it, slide it all the way back, stand straight up, slide it all the way back, slide it all the way back. They got to tell you that a couple of times, because you're still thinking about that shoe that's sitting on the bench now that you want them to go get in your size when you don't even know your real size anymore. Slide all the way back, slide all the way back. So you slide it back. And then he pushes down just to make sure your toes are flat. And so you've gone up, it looks like half a size. So instead of getting you a half a size up, they get you a full size up. They go get the shoe. And while he's back there in the back, you somehow convince your mom to get that shoe. An act of God came in the room. The Spirit of the Lord just swept all over the place, and it landed right on your mama's heart. And she said, you know what? Okay. But, and there's stipulations with the shoe. You get the shoe, but you got to do X, Y, and Z. Yes, mom, I'm doing anything. I'm doing anything. I'm doing anything. So the salesman comes back out with the shoe. You're happy. She's sitting over there like, let's just go because I know I've got to spend this money and I don't really want to spend on the shoe today. You get the shoe, you put it in, you're like, this is too big. It's going to crease when I walk. You're not even concerned about it doing what it needs to do for you, for the where you're trying to go. You're more concerned about what it looks like to other people. Like what you're going to have to go through just to look good for other people, you're willing to endure, as opposed to allowing there to be room for you to grow. Allowing you to make the changes for you to grow. So instead of having a crease in the top of your shoe because you're saying that this is going to be too big and it's going to crease when I walk, you would rather wear a shoe that's going to be too small and you're going to outgrow it before it's time to get another pair of shoes. What is it in life right now that you need to put some distance in between because you've outgrown it? It might be some relationships with some people that have been in your corner for years. But because you now have a different focus, a different purpose, a different mission, the things that y'all used to do and together and talk about together and go together, you no longer fit in that, place. Because you know that right now, since you're not all the way where you want to be, there's still a part of you that can fit over there. But at some point you're going to outgrow it. And are you willing to be uncomfortable for someone else? Or are you more willing to be uncomfortable for your own success? See, a lot of times we get caught up in what other people are going to think about us, what other people are going to say about us, what other people are going to say to us, and all the opinions and the suggestions and I think you should do it this way from people that haven't been where you're trying to go, but all of a sudden they're a semi-expert on where you're trying to get to. They're going to come at you. But you're outgrowing taking the opinions and advice from people who are in the same place that you're trying to leave. And you have to make a commitment to yourself. You have to be bold enough, brave enough to stand up for yourself and say, okay, it's not going to look great at first. But I know that I'm not interested in looking great at first for all of y'all. I'm interested in looking a little creased, a little scuffed, a little distorted, because I know that this crease and this distortion and this scuff is giving me the room that I need to grow into the person I need to become to have the success that I'm trying to have. What in your life is holding you back because you're outgrowing it? But you keep trying to hang out back there with it because you're concerned about all the people that you used to be with, what they're going to say about you. If you don't give yourself room to grow, if you don't welcome new opportunities, welcome new ideas and new people into your life who have already been where you're trying to go or are at least ahead of you on the journey, if you don't leave room for that in your life, you're going to outgrow the place that you're remaining stuck in, but then you're not going to be able to change and have the thing that you need to get to where you're trying to go. See, if you kept the same shoe size that you wore last year, during the school year, you're going to outgrow it. But because your mom only budgeted for one shoe per year, she's not going to go get you another one. So you're going to miss out on your opportunity for the new shoe, the new you, the success that's over there, all because you wanted to look good for somebody else in a place that you're outgrowing. Are you outgrowing your job? Have you been there so long that you're committed to a place that's not committed to you? Are you committed to a relationship that's not committed to you? Have you outgrown that relationship? It could be a friendship. It could be a relationship with a significant other. It could be a marriage. Have you outgrown that relationship, but you're still trying to hold on to it and fit into it because you're concerned about everybody else that it's going to affect, and you're dismissing how it's going to affect you and the opportunities that you continue to let pass you by every single day because you didn't make room for growth. You didn't open yourself up to growth. You didn't want to risk the crease. You didn't want to risk the scuff of growth. Have you outgrown that music that you're listening to? You know, the music that you used to listen to when you were younger that used to get you hyped to go on the football field and go on the basketball court and go play baseball. All that music, all that chatter that was just pumping you up, pumping you up, pumping you up. But it kind of had a negative story woven into the beats. And now it's woven into your spirit. But see, you're trying to be successful, but you have this negative message that's woven into you. Have you outgrown it? But because it's a habit and because your friends listen to it, you listen to it to keep up with the latest bad habits that you're going to continue to weave into your own life, into your own spirit, so that you don't have the full mindset dedicated on your success. What have you outgrown in life? Have you outgrown arguing? Or are you still confrontational? Have you outgrown gossip? Are you still trying to lean in and listen to somebody else's drama and business so that you compare it to yours and be like, woo, child, I'm glad it's not me? Meanwhile, all that time, energy, and attention that you're giving to the gossiper over there could have been devoted to something else that would get you to the life of success that you say you want. What have you outgrown? Have you outgrown your spending habits? Like your bank account is like, no, please don't spend anymore. But you like, girl, they just sent me a coupon for such and such. I get 2 for the price of 1. And then I got a 20% hanging off. I mean, I know I'm still spending, but I'm saving money somewhere. Guess what? Anytime you spend money, you're not saving money. It doesn't work that way. You're not saving the money that you never spent. Like if I give you a coupon for 20% off of money, of a price tag that you haven't bought yet, and then you cash in that coupon, that 20% off is now giving me 80% of what you hadn't spent yet. So you didn't save 20%, you spent 80%. It's all about how we look at things. Are you willing to expand your mind so that you can expand your energy in your body so that you can expand your life? Like you have to be open for growth. You have to be open for change. And it's going to be some pains involved. There are growing pains with every season of life, with every stage of life. And when you have a purpose and you're trying your best to get to that level of success that you've been striving for, there are going to be some growing pains. But are you open to the growth process? Are you willing to allow yourself to be exposed to the opportunities that can help you get to where you're trying to go? Or are you just going to stay stuck in the shoe that doesn't fit? Ask yourself that today. What areas of my life am I still trying to force myself to stay in? That I can tell if I would just open myself up to growth, I'm going to outgrow them. You can't take everybody with you. Everybody's not meant to go with you. Everybody doesn't have your vision. Everybody doesn't have your dream. Everybody doesn't have your desire. Everybody doesn't have your passion. And if you try to carry them with you and they don't want to go, then guess who's going to be the strongest one? The person walking backwards. Have you ever been played tug of war with a rope wrapped around your waist and you got the ribbon in the middle of the rope? You got one person on this end, one person on this end. You got one person who's turned this way and the rope is behind them and they're pulling like this. And then you got another person who's turned this way and the rope is behind them and they're backing up. A lot of time, the person backing up has a lot more leverage leaning back and digging in backwards than the person going forward who has to lean forward and it's easier for them to fall. So you have to think about who are you allowing to hold you back because you're trying to stay stuck in a shoe that you're outgrowing. You're trying to stay stuck in a friendship that you're outgrowing, a job that you're outgrowing, a relationship that you're outgrowing, a habit that you're outgrowing. So take inventory of your life today and identify, okay, Is this a place that I need to grow, that I need to open up growth opportunities for? Or have I already gone there? Is this a place that I need to, okay, this isn't quite clearly supporting the success that I want. So I need to kind of leave that shoe behind and open myself up for a bigger size. I need a bigger shoe because I need room to grow here. And you can have that conversation with these people that are closest to you. If they love you, they'll understand. And they'll be like, oh, you need to grow. Grow, girl. Grow. You grow, boy. Grow. And I'm going to support you over here. I ain't going to come with you, but you got my support. And that's fine as long as they understand. And some people aren't going to support you. And that's fine too. As long as you understand that what you're striving for is more important than other people's permission, other people's opinion, other people's ideas, judgment. Because guess what? Once you become successful in that area that you want to be successful in, they're still going to be back there. Except this time, they're going to be judging you in a whole different way. Oh, she think he too. Oh, he's awesome. So they were judging you for leaving. Now they're judging you for doing what you said you were trying to do. So guess what? They're going to judge you either way. So take time to grow. Be open to grow. But before we go, I need you to stop what you're doing. Comment below and scream at the top of your lungs. Come through. If you are thankful that God woke you up this morning, because gratitude is the absolute best way for you to start your day. And if you're not thankful, then you need to find one reason why you should be. I got a reason for you. You have an opportunity to grow. You have an opportunity to overcome whatever you're going through right now. You have an opportunity to leave behind that past that's been holding you back and keeping you depressed and miserable and sad, full of shame, guilt, regret, fears, tears, cries, and everything else in between. You've got an opportunity because you have a new day. And today, all you have to do is make up in your mind that I'm going to commit to being successful. And if you don't know what successful looks like for you just yet, then commit to finding out what it is. But don't make a permanent decision today based off of a temporary situation. My tribe, you know what it is. If you don't remember anything I just said, always remember this. It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be great. And it's a great day to find the greatness in you. Now go out there and live the greatest day of your life.